Hello and welcome back. I'm Joe, and this is Transport Fever 2 Extra Super Very Hard. Yeah, that's definitely what it is because we're not making money. I let this run for so long, and all the crashes aside, this is a beta version, so that's fine. But all the crashes aside, it's just not a lot of cash. I tried a lot of things, and in general, you are barely breaking even. So, what I do? I connected, well, the cities that we had last time, but I also connected a bunch of other cities, seeing if that worked, and, well, it didn't really. So we got to be a lot more careful with our money. We paid off part of the loan. We have about 4 million in the bank, but we got to make those counts because if I can't figure that out, this season is over. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind making it this hard. There is an easy out. You could go load up the game and set the difficulty to easy or whatever other difficulty you want to set. And then your maintenance cost is going to be offset and you're going to make a lot more money. In previous games, this line over here, it's a good length for this time period, would have made so much money, but it's barely. It sometimes makes 500,000, and that's our only moneymaker because all the roads currently, where are we? Let's look at this. All the roads currently make no money at all. So tickets are doing okay, but then we have a lot of maintenance, some road maintenance, I don't even know where that is, and then some of the building maintenance. So overall, it's not good. And then the rail is making really good money, but we don't have enough rail to offset anything, okay? So we understand that. The thing then becomes, oh, we are going really slow right now. Let's have some money come back here. The thing that we know is that this truck line is technically making cash, but only 25,000, okay? 25,000. If we look at this terminal, does it actually tell us what our maintenance cost is? Not there. Station to statistics, yes, I think so. The type of cargo that I want to look at is oil. And this is, in particular, Lakewood East. Lakewood East, you cost us what? Only 4,000. 4,000 for the station, and then I'm assuming another 1,000 or so for, or hundreds. So let's call this 5,000 for the station. So this line that is moving 200 units and a frequency of 14 seconds makes us 20,000. 20,000 a year. That is nothing. That is. Do you even wake up for that in the morning? So, yeah, it's hard. It's very hard. I don't hate it, but what we need is more mass. We need to make more money overall, which means we need more lines that can make money, and ideally, they have to make money both ways. That is super important. The train line over here is making money because it does run full most of the time. So there was actually a nice conversation I had on the comments with one of you guys. But if you take this as station A, B, C, there are two legs in between. Let's call this 1 and this 2, and then you also have to go back, so 3 and 4. There are technically 4 segments. Right now, the train runs full on segment 1, runs full on segment 2, that's good, and then it runs about half full if you just look at the train right here. Not even half full. It runs somewhat full on the way back, okay? That is good, because if you average that out, it's 100% one way and about 50% the other way, 150%, put those numbers together. It's 200 plus 200 plus 50 plus 50 is 300 units out of 400 possible. That is 3/4, okay? 3/4. That's 3/4 full, 75% full, and it's making us about 500,000 on 2 trains. I did switch out the trains at some point. I don't remember when I did that, but that's happening. We are stuck on the time right now. I want to make this work in the early time. The later you go, the more money you get for the trains, and the maintenance cost is better offset. That would make this also easier, so we could just advance this a little more until we get the first trucks and other things. Honestly, I'm gonna go with that because once we get the first real trucks, I think life will be a little easier and it's actually more possible. Maybe 1850 is just too hardcore to go. But as you can see, we're having some money here. So going back to, right now we're 75% of the time full, which is pretty good, actually. Someone suggested that I could be 100% full, so all the time full, if I just move all the fuel back from the Lakewood fuel refinery all the way back to Albuquerque East, and then truck it back from, well, from here to wherever we need it. And that kind of increased the profit of the train. Now remember, it's 75% full right now at max. It increased the profit there. It went from 75% to 100%, sometimes, because it didn't work. The truck line that is here that has to go from this truck stop all the way back to Lakewood could not keep up with it, and it was actually losing me 100,000 a year, so the gain that I had from the train didn't work. What could you do? You could put another train station somewhere over here, and then you have a train going all the way back here, hopefully 100%, then a train from here picking up the stuff that you just dropped off there, all the way back to Lakewood. I do think that would help, but if you do that, you have a train running 50% full, because it runs full one way and empty the other way. In the end, it's going to cost you a lot more maintenance, and that's not worth it either. Okay, so what do we need? Well, just looking at this, there are some of our units that are making money and some that don't. There is the inner city trains, the passenger trains are just not making constant money or constantly money overall, but they are making money, so they're fine. Sometimes they're losing some, but overall they're at least even or above. But that's not good enough. That's not good enough. I had a lot more lines for a while, but I deleted some of them because they were losing more money than this. Everything that was losing over 10,000 I got rid of. That's not working. Sorry, clicking the wrong button or continuing that stuff. But, well, it could be worse. We have a little bit of money in the bank now, and as I said, we have about 4 million sitting there that we're not using. We need to find highly profitable routes. They have to be super profitable, and the only way we can do that is to go both ways. Now, I don't know that there's another fuel run like this that exists somewhere else. We could probably increase the delivery here by adding more of these small trucks. We have capacity, I think. But as you can see, we're already pretty oh, no. We can increase these guys. Let's start with that. Borrow a little bit there, because at this point, we don't have to worry about the stuff that we deliver anymore. We just have to worry about the stuff that we get out. Because if we look at this guy, sorry, that's mumbling a lot there. We're already on level 2 here, and I should start this. We're already on level 2, and we can't go any higher. So you can ship, or you can bring in up to 400 units. Right now, we're bringing in 200 here. Sorry, you can bring in 800 units because the production is 2 to 1. So we can crank this up to 400 and they will be fine. We could do the same thing with the trains, but if we do that, we're going to lose a lot more money on the way back, because then trains will start being less and less full. But we can definitely do that. So we have to max out the units that we currently have. What I'm doing here is clicking, adding new vehicles until this number hits 400. That's our goal. There is a risk of this number hitting 400 that we will have wagons standing here and lining up longer, but we'll just check it. If this line is not long enough, we can easily update that, but just doing what we just did should double our profit on this line. Cool. Line grooming, very, very important. I gotta make sure down here everything's actually working. And we have these buildings over here. I know someone asked about that, and if you're not playing this yet, you probably haven't played with it, but you can build a small building, which adds, does it actually tell you? I think it adds 40. 40 is that number. You can also add a big building. Both of them cost the exact same price. So honestly, most of the time you probably just want to plop down a big building if you just care about the capacity, because there is double the capacity that this one gives you. If you look at this, you have 40 at the terminal because of double terminal. Then 50 is this building. That may actually be 2 buildings. And the other one is a little bigger. I think it's 80 or something. I really don't know. I don't think it's that important. This one's always overflowing, so we don't have to worry about that too much. As you can see, we only transport about 55%, and that is fine. Always worried about crashes. Sorry, autosave is currently set to every 5 minutes because there have been so many crashes. The game. But there we go. So we should be bringing in 400 units from here now, and 200 units from the train, which should put this production at about 300. So we could bring 200 more units in. The only thing that I'm thinking that may hurt is here. but 300 is our max, so I think we're just gonna leave it with these guys. No, see, this is the problem. We're already backing up. This is not working. Can't do it this way. This is super inefficient because we can't have wagons line up like this. So this is not gonna work. Let's just remove a handful of these. Let's open this up. I'm doing this pause because I want to make sure that we don't lose too much time and money here. I want to get big this to keep it at about 300, and it shouldn't change much for the units that we're removing here because they're already parked. So just keep an eye on the rate. And yeah, you want to optimize it at least to the point where you don't have any wagons waiting in line. That's bad. So maybe this is better. There's maybe 2 or 3 parked over there. Yeah, it's very sensitive to, well, to making the right amount of profit. 262 seems like the max number because that's when they're all backed up like this. So let's just use that number for what we're doing here. Because there's something else we can improve, and that should improve without causing more traffic, and that is simply add more wagons to the existing trains that are already running down here. Enough. Well, a couple wagons are a little faster. That will actually be helpful down the road, but not right now. Cool. So these wagons right now are close to maxed out, but as long as they're running, again, full most of the time and almost full the other time, we should be pretty good. We have room here. We can bring 95 units out this way, and that's not going to change, but yeah, no, this is good. We spend all our money. Wonderful. Make sure that this is gonna line up just for a little while, but I just don't know. What is this line currently doing? You're currently losing us money. That is not what I want to see. The Baldwin may be a good option for a better, faster train with a lot more oomph. That could help actually a lot. Yeah, there's still too much. Oh, that makes me nervous. I don't like it. But this number is really just not working out for me. There's too much standing here, so let's just take out a few of you. I don't want to take them out before they drop off their cargo, because that will cost us money in different ways. Let's just take a handful of these out and then just go ahead and upgrade the train, because we are making okay money. I do know that this setup that we have here, what we got here, just 2020. I would like to get to a bus or something more mechanical that can drive a little faster would be excellent. That's what I'm really waiting for. Okay, what do our cargo wagons cost? I have no money right now. I had 300 when I clicked the button, but obviously we don't have any money yet. You cost 200,000 each, so okay. We're already at poor performance, but I think if we just add one more wagon that can... Ooh, we just have the money for that. One more wagon should increase, 1, the rate, and 2, the profitability for most of the runs enough. So we're at 227 now. That is okay. Yeah, this is fine. We're just going to keep an eye on this, because once this is perfectly spaced, we know that we are doing okay. Cool. So, yeah, the rest of these, some of the trains run negative for a little while and then run positive. This one, I'm hoping, gets up to more solid 500,000 now, but that's really hard to get there right at this point. So we'll just, got to keep an eye on all of this. I would love it if I can keep my loan interest down, but overall, that's not going to happen. So, oh well. Okay. Now we have to go look around and find places that are not passenger related, just cargo places that make it worth to have a double route that's hopefully profitable at least 75% of the time. It has to be much more than 50%. Back in the day, if you play just on hard, having a line full 50% of the time was already profitable, but in this case, that just is not the case. So we got to find something that is a raw resource like oil or forest or quarry, any of those, and take them to a destination. But from the destination, we also need an industry that's close enough that can bring stuff back. Technically, we could bring logs out here, and then from the sawmill we can bring stuff all the way to the machines factory, and from the machines factory we can bring it to nowhere. Actually, there are machines down here in Sunnydale, but none of it's not a straight line. That's a problem. So we would only run full, really not a lot of the time, so that will not be very helpful. The Prussian, new passenger car, new stagecoach, yeah, they're still not what I'm looking for. We gotta move a little faster. So let's see if we find something else that is a little more useful. I'm probably planning on making this a truck route. It's not my favorite way of transport because it's the potential to make money is a lot smaller. But maybe in this case will actually be better because we do want to run both ways. So we're just going to continue looking a little bit. New forestry, beautiful, and we didn't crash while that happened, so that is nice. But yeah, it's just not easy with the new hard settings. There's not much we can do. Here, same thing. We could bring 200. We could bring 400 units of iron here for free without having an upgrade. But maybe that's what we have to do. Because 400 units is pretty good, and then we don't pay so much for our for the maintenance cost of the buildings that we need in that area. So that could actually help. There's not one, and if you've seen one, congratulations, that is excellent. But I don't see a real good candidate that will actually allow us to go back and... Ooh! I just said I don't see a real good candidate, but we can go from here to here to here and then back. This space will definitely be empty, so we go 100%. It's a 2-to-1. 2-to-1 is bad. We would go 100%, 50%, 0% out of 300 total. It's a really equidistant triangle. And that's not good. It's 150 out of 300 possible. That is exactly 50%. That is not good enough for capacity that we need to carry. We're not going to place any other industries anywhere here because that's just lame and boring. So yeah, it's not going to happen. I think we will just have to go into the iron business and start bringing just anything to these steel mills. Because we can make this a really, really large operation, and it can make money for a really long time. All we have to do here is, let's see here. Not you, consumer. Yeah, they're not saying me anything. I was hoping to tell me something, but you can deliver the first leg or the first level however much you want. I guess this is level 1, but not fully level 1, so we can probably only bring 100 units in here, but we should be able to make 100 units work with a truck. And there's already a turnaround thing over here that we should be able to use. Make this nice and short to save on maintenance cost. That's important, actually. Put this one somewhere when we have money. Thank you. Put that one there. We're already paying maintenance for this, and I don't like to do this, but we are going to remove the depots whenever we need to. Actually, I may have do I have a depot somewhere close here? New York, I probably... No, there's still someone driving here. Okay. That's nice, and there's actually someone waiting there. Where is the closest depot? I think there are depots here. There's nothing. There's nothing nearby that I could even use, so, well, that's not going to work. We want them to start over here. Okay, yeah, pause it. Paused, there's a new sawmill, excellent, and borrow the next 500,000. Luckily trucks are cheap, but they're not that cheap. Then get a road depot. Put that right here, 10,000, beautiful. I barely have to pay for this, but yeah, we're not going to pay for the maintenance on this guy. Then get this line set up. You go from there to here. That looks great. Here you have to wait until loaded. Very important. Stop time forever. And then the line capacity, I believe, has to be 100 that we can get out of this. So, cargo. Any cargo, give me something that's quicker. 20 kilometers versus 18. Absolutely, that's already worth it. I would like something that says all cargo, like that one. And you have capacity 5. 5 versus 5. I guess I like the double horse better. That's 5,000, that's 5,000. Yeah, these are all the same. I think you only pay for the speed and some other things. Let's start with, I don't know, 15 of these. Of course, I meant 12 of these. That's easier to type. 12 of these because I don't have enough money for more than that. Put you on line 1, and what is your problem? Oh, I put a bus station over here. Ah, that's great. At least we saw that right away because it should effectively be free to replace. So now that should be happy, and we can figure out what our rate is. Rate is really close to what we needed. That is actually really, really awesome. So I'm paused. No, just give me one more. Give me the line, and 103. Yep, that's about as good as we're gonna get this. So, excellent. We have one that cost us $500,000 to set up. Can you believe it? This is New York coal steel cheat. Because it is a cheat, all we're doing here is use the game mechanics to make us some money. Now, how much money is this one going to get us? It has to at least be positive. Has to at least be positive. And the other thing is we don't have to do this just with the steel melts or with the steel setup. We can do this with any setup because I thought for some reason that we're going to get to 100 here. But in reality, ooh, it wants to ship 400. You want, ooh. I must be misremembering something because I was pretty certain that that was not the case that way, but that's fine. Manage vehicles, you know what we're gonna do. Just duplicate these until we at least say 200 or so. Already out of money. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Now we're out of money. Okay, let this run for a second and see if this is profitable. Okay, what's your guess? Is this worth it or is it not? It ran mostly with the same setup for a little while now, and it's selling me about 30,000 a year. On that note, let's delete this guy. It's making about 30,000 a year. What's the profit? Well, it's 30,000. So 146 is your income and 110 is the outgoing. So that's about 136, but you already can see we're making a little more. How many vehicles do we have on here? We are running, that was not very helpful. We are running 27 vehicles and we make maybe around 30K. So about 1K per truck, if you want, or per wagon in this case. That's not a lot. That is not a lot. At least this one is paying for itself. 100%. Definitely paying for itself. I'm very certain about that. We're gonna see a little bit extra here, I think, but overall, not super profitable, and it's really just a drop in the bucket. If you just run this with cargo station or with cargo setups, you're gonna have a lot of trucks in the end, but probably not a lot of money. And it looks like we could probably squeeze one more wagon in there, but that's fine. So yeah, that's not going to be our cash cow, and it's also only making money one way, so that's not helping in its own right. So let's find one that we can set up with a train that does something very similar. I think a length. The thing that you need to consider for this game is that you get paid for the initial delivery, but you also get a little bonus for using the right length that it takes. And the length kind of relates to a lot of things. They are for, well, what am I saying? The length helps you make more money for the distance, but the length also is determined by the frequency and by the time that you run, but that may only be for the passengers. Honestly, I shouldn't have said that because someone else is going to correct me, and I think I'm wrong, actually. So that's not very helpful. So let's find someone that has a decent distance from A to B. Honestly, this? No, that's not steel. That's not helpful. Thought that was steel for some reason. I'm fine with doing another steel delivery, honestly. Or can we use this one? This one could be a good run, honestly. It could totally work. And if we make this as a profitable train connection, then we could eventually run a train out this side and make some tools happen. That could actually be a really good setup, because this distance, oh yeah, I like this. This distance from there to there is about twice the distance, a little more than twice than this. So one train on here would deliver double the cargo, and then one train out here would deliver a single cargo. We could do this with one train if we wanted to, if we just set up the line that way. I like that. That's what we're going to do. So how much money do we need for this? A lot. But I'm hoping that this is my make or break moment. Because if this doesn't work, I can't play very hard, at least not in 1850. I did stop the time progression right now because at some point the not the public, the private transport will have better vehicles available so that they don't take your public transport anymore, and that can also be detrimental to your business. So let's not do that. How long do I want to? Probably 120 is fine. Have you go this way. We're going to put a depot probably right at the end of this. Wow. Let's save as much money as we can. Let's turn this this overlay on. Wow, there's a good line going right through here. I like that. Yes, we will have to place or connect that with a road somehow, but I'm not terribly worried about that. If we can keep this nice and flat, that means our trains are going to be able to drive nice and fast, and that is worth a lot of money. Almost even straight. That's even better. Now we could try to make this so that we go downhill from here to there, but I think that's a little too much. Too much of that good stuff. All right, road. Just give me that dirt road. All I want is a simple connection here, and all I want is a simple connection right here. There we go. Every penny counts, so we're not going to do anything fancy at all on those signs. Building, pretty simple. Just this guy right at the end, 35. Ow, that was probably more expensive than it needed to be. What is this? What is this? Only 10,000 extra. I'll survive. It's fine. That's the rest of our money. After this, we have nothing left. So we have 2.5 million in the bank, and that's what this train is going to run us or make us. And I hope that's going to be worth it. So let's set this up. New line here, go there to there. Definitely wait until full, because that's important in this business. And when trains don't run, their maintenance cost is reduced, so it's totally worth it. Now, let's get the fastest we can run here, and what can we bring out? We can bring out all 400, I think, technically. So we'll just try it with the biggest train we can afford. First, steam. We have some fancy ones. Actually, cargo. Cargo can be first in this case. I think we are stuck at 50 kilometers per hour. That's nice. I'm tempted to do this one. Looking at the weight. 10 tons, 5 tons, 8 tons. So 8 tons should be the most efficient one, because the 8 ton and the... Sorry, this is a different one. This is what I need. 7 for 10, 4 for 5, and 7 for 8. This is the most efficient flat car, so that's what we're going to use. Just give me a couple of those, and then give me a train that can handle 50 kilometers per hour. Mogul is great, but we don't have a train fast enough for that yet. None of these will work. 64 is too fast. 50 is probably our best bet with the Prussian. Let's see what the power is. 200, 240. The Baldwin is nice with 284, but you're too fast, and that makes you a little more expensive than what I need to afford. 190 is not going to work, so I guess the Russian Class B is our winner, because we do need a little bit of oomph on here. That's almost half of our money just for that. And then let's throw the other passenger cars on there, just as much money as we have. That's right here. Only 56 capacity. Okay, let's play this game. So I can afford 2.5 million for 56 capacity on this one. Or if we use these, 56 capacity, same thing. It's just a lot longer train, so it makes no difference. Let's see if there's a little more in here. And it should be pretty even, to be fair. This one is 56. They're all 56, so let's just use the one that we picked because it's the lighter one. And start with that. Can you jump on this line, please? Yes, you can. Let's see you come out. And here's a bone that I'm going to throw you. At the end of the episode, I'm hoping to be able to tell you if we're making money or not. Isn't that nice of me? Yeah, I thought so too. So we'll see how this goes. Well, hello there. Nice to see you. Here's the thing. I upgraded this guy from 56 to 84. We're going to add one more right now. There is a loading penalty, actually. 12% was it just before this one, and now it's 21%. So yeah, it's loading slower, but it feels like it does make a huge difference. It probably does, but it's not terrible. These are the finances. That run, well, obviously for 4.5 years now. And we are making, in a good year, I was making 80,000 here. Or no, 100,000 here, that's the difference. And in a bad year, we're running about even. Ignore the first 2 years, I was upgrading the wagons there. So first, you absolutely need a super full train. If you don't have enough wagons on it, it's not going to work. But this is not all. The problem is, well, at this point, this year is almost over, so we should see it pretty soon. But 586, so we make 100,000. Okay. Each of these stations with the current configuration, that is 3 platforms and a building, costs 12,000 maintenance. So you make 100,000, you take 24,000 off of that. Now you are at 75,000 per train. That is a lot better than the truck line that I set up earlier. But it is far, very far away from a very profitable line. But this is what you're going to make in a 50% full line. I'm not transporting all of this. I'm transporting, what is it? 300 right now. So it could be better, it could be worse. But that's what we're doing. So we're making about 100,000 out of this. And then we're taking off just the 2 stations that we have here. So 75,000, where the truck line that we have over here, would like to go back and see how they are doing. You are making, you say 45,000. So 45,000 minus whatever is this. I think this one was 2,400, and then this one is a couple hundred. So actually, maybe it's 5,000. So 45 minus 5,000, that's what we're making here. And yeah, this looks pretty reasonable. 189 minus 156 is 33,000. 33,000. So the truck line barely makes over 25 grand. The train line for something very similar makes almost 80 grand. Train line is the way to go, but you have to find a distance that is long enough that can actually make this work. So now that we know this, now that I know this, now that everyone knows this, that's apparently the way that you have to make this work. Otherwise, good luck. I think truck lines, I mean, realistically, looking at the truck line that I have, if we could run it full both ways, we would just double the profit, which would be close to 60,000. It's still not a lot, so ignore truck lines for now. We're going to find connections like these for more train lines once we have money. Right now I don't have any money, so I'm going to have to wait. I may even delete all the truck lines that I have and everything that's related to trucks, because look at this. All they do is cost me money every year. 100,000. 100,000 that I wouldn't have to pay. So 200,000 go to the bank and to roads. And then whatever I want to bill or pay on improvement, it's just not going to happen because I don't have the money. So yeah, if I take these 200,000 out of our system, that may be the right way to go. Let's look at our lines, how we're doing here. 31,000. Yeah, this one makes money often enough that I want to keep it there. I do need the city lines that run there, but it's hard. It's hard. I don't want to. I don't want to move them around so much. But this is the way it is. We will make some money. I saw 300,000 there blink at me just for a second. I know we're making money, but I think what I have to look for is changing industries, that at some point there will be another oil industry showing up, popping up somewhere that we can use. Something I haven't tried yet is ships. Maybe ships are the answer here. We have enough waterways to do something interesting, but I'm not sure yet. I'm fully planning on letting this run for a while, like hours, because it's that slow. I let it run for 4 hours today, and I could barely pay off 4 million, and I think we were at 8.5 million by the time I started that. So It is a super slow process. Is that worth it for you? You decide. You be the judge. It's a painful process, but I am committed to it, and I can see now, as long as I stay away from trucks, I'm gonna make money, and that alone is worth it. Something I can easily do right now is just remove all these buildings that I don't actually use for any reason, so we can save some of the maintenance. Is that a lot of maintenance? No, but the small amount of money that we're making, that is actually a lot. There's a truck depot here. That's nice. I did try putting trams in this city in Lansing. We have some faster. Where's this? We do have some faster trams now. Maybe that is an option that I could pursue. But for right now, I think, what we can do here is, sad. If this was switched, this would be so much better. What we can do here is actually set up a train line for this, and then have a truck line, just bring a couple extra things down to Sioux Falls. So we have some consumption. How much does Sioux Falls want? It really does want a lot. Probably don't even want to deliver it. Didn't I just say stay away from trucks for now? Only do trains? Yes, that's exactly what I said, and we should totally stick to that. Where are the other depots? That depot can stay because we're going to do something in that area. This depot, however, for right now, can go away. Gotta reduce your maintenance cost. I never do this. I've never done this before in this game, but it feels like right now this is absolutely necessary to remove all extra costs. I'm pretty sure I don't even have we don't have a line going out here anymore. These were connections that I built because I wanted to have every city connected, but if they don't make money, they're not worth having. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up, go around, clean up, probably set up one or two more train lines that we just saw, just to get a little more money flowing in, hopefully sooner, because now it's just a numbers game. The more cargo you move, the more money you will make, and the more lines you have, the more that will happen. So I'm pretty hopeful for all of that, and I hope I help someone out there, because this is about as hard, probably a little harder, as I imagined it would be. I'm still surprised by that, so that's cool. These are only about $100 each, but if you're not having any margin of profit, then $100 each is a lot of money. So there we go. There's some people waiting there. That's good. There's some people waiting here. This one looks like one we can probably expand. Yeah, you make money. Cool. This could be a train line. Actually, Clarksville does not have a lot of people waiting, so maybe not. Yeah, we could increase this one because it actually makes money. I just removed the depot though, so that's not very helpful. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I feel like this is going to continue pretty well. I just have to find a couple lines that we can set up that will make us money, at least for the meantime, and then we'll concentrate on really expanding later on. But the one thing that's clear in this series, we're not going to be able to slack. We have to make sure that everything makes money all the time. I can't just slap things in anymore. I have to make sure that they work. I don't know what that means for passengers. To be fair, the passengers over here are making money, but I don't think I will be able to place passenger routes on the outsides of cities anymore. They have to be placed in the heart of the city, so we don't need public transport to get people to the trains. Otherwise, those city lines just don't make money. Like, neither of these making money. Negative. Let's see here. Come over there. Negative. Negative. A little money. But overall, they're negative. So yeah, city lines don't make money in this configuration with what I have right now. Maybe down the road when I have faster vehicles that it's changing, but for right now it's just, they're only there to bring people to the trains, and I need more. I need a lot more of everything. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking around for places where I can do something. But that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.